All right. Thank you for tuning in. Late to work. Alexis Avila is a straight monster. Here's the incident. By the way, yeah, if you don't know, that's a baby. That's a baby in there wrapped in a trash bag. Just tosses the baby on in. Not even, doesn't even set it in there nicely. What a monster. And just drives off. Just drives off. What a monster. Thank God there's a camera there. Thank God there's a camera there because she had the baby in her bathroom at her house. So nobody, not many people knew that she was pregnant. Actually, that's part of the. It's not a lot of people knew she was pregnant. So if there wasn't a camera there, and if there wasn't dumpster divers, who, by the way, look at them a little bit later. This is 6 hours later. She drives off, dumps him in. This is them 6 hours later dumpster diving, and they found the baby. If that trash made it to the landfill, that baby would have never been seen again, and she probably would have got away with this. I'll speed it up a bit. Here's them pulling it out. They're taking a look at it. They're like, "What's in this bag?" This is when that lady, look, she notices there's something in there. She grabs it, and she starts, she warms the baby up, pulls it out. You can see it here. Look, they're freaking out. What the heck? At first, they thought it was maybe like a cat or something, but no, it's a human baby. This monster Alexis tossed her human newborn baby into the dumpster. She's on trial right now. Actually, the verdict just came in. I'll play that in a minute. Yep. See, there's the baby. The lady starts coddling it. The baby was still alive. The baby is actually in good health now. The father has the baby. I will play some of that testimony, but yeah, there's them freaking out, calling the police, and that's that. Thank God. Thank God for dumpster divers. You know, they saved a baby's life today. All right. So here's a little bit of Alexis's testimony.
Used the restroom and left. And then when he when he got out the restroom to leave, that's when I went into the restroom.
Okay. So this time around when you went to the restroom, what happened? How did that happen?
I don't. That's when I went into the restroom.
Okay.
Sorry.
So this time around when you went to the restroom, what happened?
I delivered a baby.
I delivered a baby.
How did that
happen? I don't.
How did that happen? Well, the natural process of giving birth. I don't know. I guess I could believe that she might have blacked out during that. I don't know.
I just remember sitting there. And then the baby was on the toilet or on the floor. I don't remember.
You don't remember if he was in the toilet bowl or on the floor? So, what were you thinking in that moment?
I was in shock. Like, how could this happen?
That's pure goddarn insanity. How could this happen? Well, you got pregnant. That's how. I don't know. That's insane. It just popped out. I don't know how it happened. Was it in the toilet bowl or on the floor? I don't remember. This lady is a batshit crazy. I'm sorry. Thank God the baby's okay.
Or prior to as well for pregnant for?
That when I delivered the baby, I put him in a towel. I wrapped him up in a towel.
And then, what else?
And then I put him in the car, and I drove away. I drove away from my house.
And where did you go?
To the dumpster.
What did you do?
And then I tossed the baby into the dumpster. And then I tossed the baby into the dumpster.
What did you do?
And then I tossed the baby into the dumpster.
Unbelievable. What a monster.
At what point did you come to the realization of what happened?
Not for a while, when I was fully able to comprehend and how you and I are speaking.
So basically, her defense seems to be, I don't remember. Good thing there was that video camera. This lady is a monster. Alrighty.
Were you able to talk to Detective Perez about what happened?
I don't know. I think he was kind of, when he was asking me the questions, he was giving me the answer.
So part of what happened was, the entire story of you having the baby, wrapping the baby up, you put the baby in a trash bag. What were you trying to accomplish?
I don't know. What were you trying to accomplish? I don't know. Put it in a bag, threw it in the trash can, didn't set it in there, tossed it head over heels in the trash can. What were you trying to accomplish? I don't know. I'm not sure. Unbelievable.
You're still in therapy at the moment?
Yes.
She's going to need some serious therapy for the rest of her life.
Now, that night, you did also talk to Detective Perez about what happened. Do you remember having that conversation?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Now, but you did see the video of that conversation.
Yes.
What was your observation of that video? What was going on there?
Like, how was I, or?
How were you? Yes.
I don't think that was me.
Just a few minutes ago, you said I took the baby, put it in a bag, and threw it in the dumpster, and now you want to say you don't think that was me. I understand she's saying it metaphorically, but still.
Looking at that video and how I normally am, that wasn't me. Like, I was looking at a ghost.
It was a ghost. Okay, it was her own ghost. That makes sense.
And the actions that
That's a great defense. I mean, if I ever get charged with a crime, I'm just gonna say, well, that was my ghost. I have a clone. Thank you, DARPA. I got a clone. All right, here we go.
that you think
The reason I want to play this is because she's got no emotion. No emotion. They're like, how does this make you feel that you basically tried to kill your baby? Sad. Makes me feel sad.
could possibly have happened after seeing the case and listening to testimony and so forth?
And listening to the testimony, yes.
What do you think about that?
About listening to the testimony?
Yes.
It hurts.
What hurts?
The words that they said about what was going on with the baby.
What part of it was most concerning to you?
I guess that he was, other than like the medical stuff.
Other than that, he was tossed in a dumpster by his mother. That should make you a little sad. I don't know. I'm not a mom, but I would think that, yeah. Anyways, here's another video of her saying, Okay, so this one's crazy because so she keeps using this excuse saying like I blacked out. I blacked out. I don't remember. I blacked out. And she asks the prosecutor, she says, "Have you ever blacked out?" And he goes, "I'm not the one that threw a baby in the dumpster, so you don't get to ask questions." It was pretty good.
Just left alone.
One moment.
You've also spoken about being pregnant with the father of this child, haven't you?
I don't remember.
And in fact, during the course of your interrogation, you even knew who the father was, didn't you?
Yes.
And yet you're claiming to have blacked all of that out.
Yes. Have you ever been blacked out?
Well, we're asking you the questions, ma'am. You're the one that threw the baby into the dumpster. You the questions, ma'am. You're the one that threw the baby into the dumpster.
Burn. Good one. Good one, prosecutor. I'm usually not big time on the prosecution side, but for this one, I don't know. It's a little bit heinous, you know? And he got her, man. Have you ever blacked out? Well, I'm not the one that threw a baby in the dumpster, so I get to ask the questions, not you. All right. All righty. Here's a little bit of her smiling. I feel like she
First, let me
smiled.
move on to the negative.
She
You
smirked.
affirmed that you received a positive pregnancy test in August of 2021, didn't you?
Yes.
And that's
although
because you
negative.
did receive a positive pregnancy test in 2021,
So the reason they're talking about positive pregnancy tests is because she tried to claim that she didn't know she was pregnant.
didn't you?
I'm sorry. Say that again.
And that's because you did receive a positive
I'm not a woman, but I don't know. I have a kid, and when his mom was pregnant, it was pretty obvious. I don't know though.
pregnancy test in August of 2021, didn't you?
Yes.
Positive pregnancy test, that means that you are pregnant, right?
Yes.
And when you received that information, can you explain to the jury about your blackout at that point in time?
Well, I was a teenager.
That's because you didn't black out, did you?
Well, I was.
That's a smile. That's a smile. She's a monster. She's an absolute monster. I'm glad she's off the streets. All right. Okay, so here's a little bit of testimony from the father. And this is the happy ending to this story. This is the happy ending to this story. There's not always a happy ending. This is a happy ending. The father is testifying, and listen to the testimony.
See your baby after he was born.
About a week after when I picked him up from the hospital in Lubbock.
And just to be clear, you were not present at the baby's birth, is that right?
Yes,
But you have been present since you were able to get custody out of the hospital of the baby, is that
Yes, sir.
correct? How's the baby doing today?
He's doing well.
Any medical conditions at this point in time?
No, just possible heart murmur, and that's pretty much all.
What about his lungs?
They're good. He had some difficulties with asthma, but as of right now, we're still going to a specialist for all.
The baby's doing good. That is great news. The baby is doing good. Thank God the baby has a dad that wants to be in his life. Thank God there was dumpster divers that found the baby. That's just a miracle in my opinion. Here's the verdict.
All right, would the defendant please rise?
I mean, we did just go over testimony of her literally saying she threw the baby in the dumpster, so I'm not surprised by the verdict.
State of New Mexico versus Alexis Nicole Avila. CR 2022-13. Verdict. We find the defendant, Alexis Nicole Avila, guilty of abuse of a child resulting in great bodily harm as charged in count 1, signed by the forepersons. Verdict. find the defendant, Alexis Avila, guilty of attempt to commit first-degree murder as charged in count 1, signed by the foreperson. There is also a verdict form that has been scribbled through on the signature line. It says, "We find the defendant, Alexis Avila, not guilty of attempt to commit first-degree murder as charged in count 1." You can be seated at this point. Let me poll the jury.
Did you hear that? He said that there was a page that said they found her not guilty and it was scribbled out. So I don't know if that was just a mistake, but it said, "We, the jury, find Alexis Avila not guilty." And they scribbled it out, so it was a mistake, or they changed their mind. But that's crazy that there was even the possibility that she was going to get off on this. I don't know.
And
Let's listen to that again.
Commit first-degree murder as charged in count 1, signed by the foreperson. There is also a verdict form that has been scribbled through on the signature line. It says, "We find the defendant, Alexis Avila, not guilty of attempt to commit first-degree murder as charged in count 1."
That's crazy. I mean, it must have been an accident. I don't know. That's wild. And then the judge basically goes through and polls the jury, asks everyone, "Is this your actual verdict?" And then he asks them, "Did you guys accidentally say not guilty?" And he had to make sure that that was everybody's. Everybody knew that they scribbled out the not guilty and got a guilty verdict. So that's pretty much all I got today, guys. This lady is an absolute monster. She deserves to be locked away for life. She'll be in prison for a long time, and she deserves to be there every day of it. There's a happy ending to this, though, guys. The baby is doing good. That's just wild to me. So, all right, thank you for tuning in. Please like and subscribe. It really helps support the channel. Thank you.